Hello, and welcome to another daily run. Looks like we're starting on the beach today, and honestly, pretty good starting roster. They gave us Dormanitan, a Galarian Dormanitan, they gave us a Zoomeroo. The only bad thing is that Zoomeroo has thick fat and not huge power, but oh well, can't win all of them, right? Actually, wait, that's why what we're here to do anyway. So, anyway, I catch a Corphish just because of the possible dark typing when it evolves. Probably won't keep it for long. I don't know. Seems to be a lot of water mounts in the start of this, and we already have one to start with. So I don't know how this is gonna go. The only bad thing that I noticed right off the bat when I started this run is that although they give us like good mons, we started at the beach and we only seem to be finding water types, and we don't have anything to hit them with. Actually, we have like Bubble Beam and I think Icicle Crash, which is great, because it's a great move. It's a strong move, but that doesn't mean it will carry me through this beginning. So, especially because a lot of mons are really physically defensive, and that's why I keep bubble beaming everything, because in my mind will do a little bit of more damage than physical moves. And right here I finally remember to switch out the items that we start with, because I saw a lot of Mystic Water. I saw there was a Poison Barb as well and a Never Melt Ice, so I just switch things around a bit to make the most use of them for the run, because really I ain't doing much damage right now to anything, so every little bit helps. And we have our first trainer of the run. She has an Eevee and a Skrelp, which honestly I did not have any trouble with, especially because Zoomeroo is really bulky, and thank god that Skrelp didn't seem to have any poison type moves. I make the decision right here to let my Zoomeroo faint, because honestly I only need one item to revive it. If I was going to heal it up and heal the status conditions, I would need two good rolls, like a Hyper Potion and a full heal or something. And instead I think it's easier to just get a revive and deal with the HP later. So I let it faint, and we're gonna go ahead and keep taking out these mons and proceeding through the floors. Honestly, there isn't a whole lot to talk about here, because we basically see Corphish and Marini like everywhere on this first 10 floors, so it's pretty much, keep hitting them and eventually you'll get through it. It's not hard, it just takes a while because of the mons they gave us and the lack of variety, I would say, in typings, at least until floor, if I remember correctly, until floor 30 or something. It's pretty much like beach and sea and underwater biomes, so I don't really think we're gonna be speeding through this, at least for now. Shrew wants to learn U-turn. I honestly didn't even remember it was on the team until it started learning moves, just because it's so frail. I mean, its evolution is okay, it's fast and it hits hard, but until it evolves, I probably won't be using it. And thank god Dormanitan learned Headbutt, so at least I can hit things with neutral moves, and I have the possibility to flinch things, to get things done a little bit quicker. Actually, a lot quicker if I don't have to deal with resisted moves. That's what I kinda start thinking about here. And Azumarill also has Play Rough right now. It just sucks that it doesn't have huge power and it has thick fat, but hey, that can come in handy later. We never know what the boss is gonna be. And Darmanitan wants to learn Ice Punch. I take it just because it's 100% accurate and it's not that far behind on damage compared to Icicle Crash. I mean, it makes a difference, but not missing, it's good as well. I go ahead and start playing rough with everything. Play roughing, I don't know how would that go. Pretty easy, and things started to look a little better now that I have decent moves to hit things with, so it's not really a struggle. I wouldn't say it's hard, the beginning of the run. Actually, this run itself isn't hard, but it's kind of annoying, like, just because you can't really, like, make progress really quick. And I personally feel a little frustrated when I can't, like, hit things with super effective moves, or at least neutral moves. And Graphite wants to learn Doodle, but I don't really like to mess around with that kind of stuff. So I just go ahead and don't teach it. I teach Night Slash to Corphish, grab a Max Elixir for Azumarill, and we're gonna keep going. I highly recommend you catch this Inkay right here because it's one of the few mons we've seen so far that is not either water or ice type. And if it has Contrary, which this one does, I can tell you right now because I caught it. So it's a really good mon, and you can like play around the typing a little bit because there are a lot of water types around, especially because if I believe so, the boss on floor 20 and 30 are both water type team leaders, and to no one's surprise, one of them is Crash Awake. So here's the second trainer of the run. Nothing to write home about, you know, like another launcher. We've seen a bunch of those on the first floors, on the first biome. It does kill my Graphite, but oh well, I had to make a little bit of sacrifices here and there so I can like not lose the run. And Corphish evolved into Crawdaunt, which is good because now we have a dark type. I mean, we have Inkay, but we have a better dark type, you know, fully evolved and whatnot. And I take this opportunity to try to kill this Sea King. I had a little trouble with it. I thought it was going to be easier. Actually, this whole battle I was kind of caught off guard by, but nothing really bad ends up happening, so I think that's fine. And Inkay is evolving, so we're looking pretty good here. All it needs now is to learn Superpower so I can abuse its Contrary, and I can sweep through pretty much everything. I take this TM and teach it to Crawdon just because it's like there, and a potion and normal Pokeballs aren't really good options, so I just go ahead and teach it. I think I'm gonna get rid of it eventually because I already caught Inkay. Now it's a Malamar, but I caught Corphish for the possible dark typing when it evolved, and I already have water type, so it doesn't really make much sense to keep it. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it eventually. Don't really remember with whom, but we'll see, we'll see. Also, always nice to see a Hyper Potion. Amazing. It looks like nothing happened, you know? You take a beating, you kill a bunch of mons, then oh, what? Nothing happened? Okay, I'm full health. And Darmanitan wants to learn Belly Drum, which is amazing. I immediately teach it, and we can sweep a lot of things with that. If we manage to set up a Belly Drum, you know, we can heal in between turns with the item rolls at the end of each floor, so it can be nice. And there's the revive we need. Thank God I didn't need to roll a lot for it. So here's Gym Leader Marlon. Actually, I lied. I don't think Crash Awake is even in this. I am being just, you know, kind of a hater, but I think it's Marlon and Juan later on. Right here, this Caracosta just seems to want to spam Meteor Beam, and thankfully I have Protect, so I can pretty much get rid of it for free with Crawdaunt, or at least take it to low enough HP where it should switch out into something else. I just hope it doesn't hit me with something special, you know, because of all the boosts it got. He switches into Whaler. I don't see really the point of preserving Crawdaunt anymore. I'd rather get a clean switch it into something. I can't really hit Frillish at all with Graphite, but I do get the poison with U-turn due to Poison Touch, which is amazing. I switch into Darmanitan just to finish off this Frillish. And honestly, even though Icicle Crash is resisted, Darmanitan is kind of a monster, so it can do a lot, even though at the beginning it only has Icicle Crash. Obviously, I went for Headbutt there just because it's neutral. And Malamar wants to learn Foul Play. I teach it because it doesn't have a Dark type move yet. Out comes Caracosta. I just Icicle Crashed it, and honestly, I wasn't expecting that to kill because it's a fairly Pokemon and the move is resisted, but hey, Darmanitan is a beast, I guess. So onto floor 21 we go, and it's the Sea Bag. We see a pink Churching here, but I don't really like it. It's really slow. It does get a good move pool, but I don't know. It's not really my thing. I just go ahead and finish it. And I take this opportunity to set up a belly drum with their Maniton just because Graphite it's faster. So yeah, I didn't want to lose the turn and I set up so I can sweep everything with ease until floor 25, I mean, because as we all know, gym battles and trainer battles, they reset all kind of status changes and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and use this memory mushroom on Malamar, I believe, to get back Night Slash because I don't really like foul play. I think it can. It's a strong move, but I think it can, you know, bite you in the behind later if you're up against something that likes it's I don't know, especially offensive, for example. So I don't think that's the best thing. I'd rather have Night Slash, and that's it. We have a breeder right here, but since their Manatee is a beast, I just, you know, never switch out and basically headbutt and ice punch everything into oblivion because honestly, these breeders, even though they have a lot of mons, they're usually weaker mons or they're not like fully evolved. As you can see, she has a Rhyhorn, she had like 2 Charcadets. Like, what are you doing? What are you even doing underwater with half your team to begin with? But okay, not up to me to judge, I guess, even though I am, you know, judging. But anyway, Swords Dance, and I get the Mega Bracelet. Don't really know why. Don't even know if anything I have can Mega Evolve. Right here, I had to make a little cut because the game crashed. So that's why the mon like suddenly switched. And right here, I take the time to try to catch this Jellicent, just because I like my team is not really good. It's not diverse. First of all, it's not even complete. They don't even have like 6 mons yet. So I decided to add Jellicent. Like I think I'm gonna immediately get rid of it. I think for this Lantern right here, which is amazing because honestly, I think Electric can do a lot more for me than Ghost. Like most of the, I mean, on most of the final bosses, at least. Hey, at least I get the option to, I don't know, paralyze something. Yeah, right here I'm deciding whether or not to replace Jellicent. I end up replacing it, especially because Lantern is one of my favorite mons, so there's that. And Malamar finally learns Superpower, so now we can abuse the Contrary and sweep everything in our path, as long as it's not faster than us, which a lot are, but hey, that's the game, right? Not really much to talk about right here, nothing exciting happening. I did consider catching Veluza like for a split second, but it's really redundant to my team right now, so just go ahead and kill everything. Azumarill also wants to learn Superpower, even though it doesn't have huge power, at least it has the Superpower. And by Tentacruel, we have right here at floor 30, we're gonna have our second gym leader of the run, which is Juan, as I said previously. And honestly, I just sweep through this guy with Malamar and Superpower. Because Relicanth can't really do anything to me, I just take the opportunity to kill it and set up at the same time. And Crowd learns Crunch, which is nice. And honestly, I just spam Superpower because there's not much they can do to finish me off, since I have a lot of defense as well. And Graphite wants to learn Gunk Shot. I think I get rid of Knockoff for that because I already have Dark type, so won't be using this move on him. And yeah, right here I'm out of superpowers, like to no one's surprise, so I just started cycle cutting everything. And Kingdra is faster, so it kind of stops Malamar, but it's less mon and I have a Fairy type, so things go really smooth. Thank God. And down goes Gym Leader Juan. On to floor 31 we go. Hopefully out of the water and yeah, into a cave with the first mon being a water type. But oh Jesus, I hope they fix that. later on the run, or I'm going to suffer because usually when they put a lot of one typing in the game, on the runs, on the daily runs, I mean, the final boss has an advantage against that type, like just to not make things too easy on us, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, here's another Ursaring, and I do want it because I love Ursaluna, as I said previously. I catch it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to evolve it because we're already on floor 32 and RNG hasn't been really nice to me for a while, so at least it has a ground type move, which is nice. I do not like seeing Hariyama at all in the wild because it's a mon that usually does things to me that I did not ask for, which is always, uncomfortable for everyone. So I just go ahead and target it, trying to take it down as fast as possible. And Golbat is nice. I actually thought about switching out Graphite for Golbat, but there's no guarantee I'm gonna be able to get this happiness high enough to evolve into a Crobat. And Graphite, how do you say the name of this mon? Honestly, I don't know. Graphy? I'm gonna call it Graphy. And Graphy is already a fast mon. So anyway, out into Malamar we go, so we can superpower and get through things a little easier. Actually, not really, because the next floor is a trainer and that resets stuff. And it seems like half my team has superpower now, Darmanitan and Azumarill as well. I take the mint, give it to Lantern, and here's the trainer! Superpower! It goes on really smoothly as well. Honestly, this Malamar might have been the best one I caught on this run. I highly recommend you catch that in K. And bye-bye! Down goes Drapion. We have right here an Excadrill. Diggs, I don't like it, but I have a lot of defense up, so I just stay in a Night Slash because I'm out of superpowers. Which sucks because, honestly, her whole team seems to be weak to fighting. Anyway, with a lot of buffs that I already have up, don't really need anything else, so I just go ahead and finish off the trainer. Which, honestly, she had a pretty cool team, just she was unlucky to go against, Big Squid over here. We have a Diggersby. I make the decision to trust on the RNG gods to give me a beat block until the end of this, so I end up just fainting this Diggersby. Not worrying about the ground type because, Ursaring is right there. I don't really need the Amulet coin at this point, so I'd rather just heal up my mons and whatnot and make sure I can, get through the boss on floor 40. So, yeah, there's that. Switching to Azumarill just because I want the special move against Probopass. Otherwise, we're gonna be here a while, especially because, thick fat. On Azumarill, I mean, not huge power. We have a bug, and we had a bug, we don't have it anymore. I don't really see a point on getting Parasect at this point, Could have been used earlier on the 30 billion water floors we had earlier, but don't see a point on adding it right now. We're just gonna go ahead and keep the team we have for right now, at least until this floor. We're gonna go ahead and see who it is, and it's Roxanne. I think we saw her earlier this week as well. So what's up, girl? Pretty easy fight because she decides to switch around like a dummy, and I pretty much can KO everything with Azumarill just because I don't really know why. I think the crits and whatnot, maybe I have some luck or I don't know. It goes pretty easily. So yeah, that was Roxanne. I like seeing easy bosses at this point because, it's already floor 40, I already have to worry about the final boss, like, leave me alone. Here's a Steel type, but I don't really like Clang Clang. Like, it's not that I hate it on anything, but I'd rather get like something with the secondary typing as well, because Steel is a really good resist type, like defensive typing, I mean. But I'd rather something else with Steel to have a little bit more of offense, like type-wise as well, which is always nice. Still haven't seen my beat block, by the way. Now here as well. I start rolling because I start to get a little desperate because, you know, floor 43 and we do not have the beat block yet. So, yeah. Dynamax Band, no thank you. I end up getting the Scopeland right here, which is nice for our Malamar, especially because, you know, both our stabs are high crit ratio moves. So, hey, if we can add on top of that on a higher crit chance, even better. It makes my life easier. I finally rolled a full heal for Malamar. I was worried I was going to go into like the final boss with a crippled squid, but that doesn't happen, thankfully. Right here, I pretty much just sweep through everything with superpower and complementary, you know, type matchups with Psycho Cut and Night Slash. So nothing really to write home about again. This run wasn't hard at all. Just the beginning was a little rough because of the typings, but hey, they're giving you a trainer at 445 that has a Sunker, so you can't say that's hard by this point. And yeah, down goes all of our mons. I choose a Citrus Berry right here, and we see a Magnezone. I will try to catch that. I will switch, I believe, Lantern out for the Magnezone. Even though I love Lantern, it doesn't have Volt Absorb, it has Illuminate. And, you know, I already have water types. This is an electric and steel. Might be better to the team, so bye-bye goes Lantern. I immediately get the mushroom to teach it back Flash Cannon that it didn't have. So it's pretty much ready to go by this point. And honestly, where's my peak block, man? Where's my peak block, huh? Huh, little fetus? Well, if you think about it, it's actually a gigantic fetus, but no peak block, so don't really want Zap Cannon, and still not having really any luck with the rolls. I take the Elixir for the superpowers on Malamar. And honestly, I think I'm going to have to go with a Ursaring to the final boss because doesn't seem to be happening. I used Magnezone here just so I wouldn't get paralyzed by Zap Cannon. In case I have a max potion, I heal up Magnezone, and here's my last chance at the Peak Block. Honestly, I can tell you right now, it didn't happen for me this time. I did go to the final boss with an Ursaring, which is fine. It's a good mon, it's bulky, it's strong. And I don't think I even used it because the boss was really easy, so yeah, see you there. As we desperately try to get the Peak Block. And we did not. And here's the Zarude, which is pretty easy. I don't really have anything bugged to hit it with except for I think U-turn on Graphite. But honestly, I didn't even think of it. I just like started to poison jab because I wanted the poison to go off right here just in case. And it does because, you know, poison touch plus poison jab, really high chance of poisoning. And as you can see, not really hard at all. I still have my squid with superpower. I just start superpowering and starts to die to poison as we keep chipping away at it. And it should be down next turn if I'm not wrong. Well, I'm usually wrong about everything, so it does go for Synthesis, but honestly, it has no chance against Malamar at plus whatever, plus poison, and it just dies. So this was today's run, and I will see you tomorrow.